How's it, everybody? Glink here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are running the Special Battle 2025 Gauntlet, this time with the AGL-LR Golden Frieza for his Easy A showcase. So we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully we can do pretty good here. I feel like he's going to excel here because, you know, this is kind of where he does his best, right? In these short events where you can really hyper focus on that early turns of like the 70 and 80 to 90% damage reduction on that first turn. So let's see how this plays out here. Of course, we are going to run Omega's team for this first one here, just because that does, you know, kind of give us our best shot at survival here. I mean, Golden Frieza and Gogeta's team are good, right? They're not, it's not bad, but it's still not really in a good place that I'm comfortable with it. In special battle, it's still very heavy RNG reliant in the special battle here. So Omega's team, you know, provides a lot more mitigation in terms of damage and control of the field rather than relying on some major RNG factors. So we're gonna do that for this one. Now, unfortunately, Frieza did get locked this turn, but that's okay. And it does look like he won't be eating a super this turn. Now that is a bit unfortunate, because I would like to see him get a super somewhere in here from Moss or Goku Black, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so not bad. Alright, we're actually doing a pretty decent amount to Zoas here, despite this being quite a horrible turn, damage wise. Alrighty, excellent. Alright, so now this turn's going to be a little bit better. Well, maybe not without no links active, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to try something here. I'm going to pop the active, which means the domain will go up. Now, this does mean we are going to buff up Rose and Zamas, but I think we have enough damage mitigation here and to make sure that this isn't a problem. There we go. Alright, now STR Omega is locked in slot 2, which means he's not going to have his full passive here, but I think we'll still do alright. Alright, here comes the super from Zamas. Oh, nice. We get a nice little dodge there. We take those. Alright. Nice little extra super there on Omega, lowering that defense on the Zamas. Okay, so now we just need to pray that there's no super attack on this guy here, because we could potentially die if there is. Alright, look at that, dropping that defense. So, while we may not be able to kill him this turn, for certain, the next turn will. Alright, nice. Look at that. We get the crit, we get the action cancel on the Omega, so, okay, we are totally safe this turn. We're getting there. We've done a pretty decent chunk here to Zamas. Oh, and Rose gets locked in slot 1. Look at that. Okay. But too bad Sin's not going to have, like, any help whatsoever, but by the time we get Omega back on, it won't matter. Alright, so, let's see here. Alright, so with Golden Frieza's active here, we should be pretty safe this turn. We more than likely will finish off the Moss here. Yeah, here he goes. Yeah, so definitely, you know, if we can get Sen here to just finish this off, that would actually be great. All right, pretty close, and then now double digits. You love to see it. Good, 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 good. Okay, and now Frieza. Decent amount of attack here, and Zamos goes down, and then now we are on to Rose. Excellent. Alright, and there we go. We get the dodge. Okay. Nice. Okay, so taking no damage here from Rose because I mean we do have SCR Omega on. Oh, look at this. We're gonna take let's eat this up. Not bad. Not bad considering Rose has got a little bit of build up, and yes, we do have STR Omega on, but not bad him eating the super on the second appearance here. That's pretty impressive actually. Okay, so now we just gotta take down Rose. This is easy. Okay. Alright, excellent. And then here comes STR Omega, popping off with those extra supers. Now, unfortunately, just due to the way we set up this turn, right, to have AGL Frieza in front, he's not going to have any links up. But that's okay, right? That's not going to really hurt us that much in the long run. Or at least we hope it doesn't, right? There we go. Okay, the domain is out now. That is unfortunate. Okay, let's do that. Alright, get that domain back up. And then, I guess we pop Rose's active? Well, maybe we switch him into Zamos. We are below 60%, so maybe we do switch into Zamos here. And then pop it. Oh. Oh, he barely lived. Okay, well, I do think the play here is Omega in front. I do think that is the play. So may as well take full advantage of that. Excellent. No damage there, and that should do the trick. Alright, down we go. So first stage of Special Battle 2025 done with AGL LR Golden Frieza. Like I said, his main function is to be there as that early level tank, and that is exactly what I did. Even tanking on a second turn, I did not expect him to tank that on the second. Well, I mean, maybe I wouldn't call that tanking, but on the second turn, that's actually pretty impressive. So awesome job there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pause, and we're going to load back up in the stage 2. So let's go ahead, let's pause. Alright, so we are loaded up in Stage 2 here against the Blues. Now, for this one, I did decide to switch up the team here. Like I said, we're probably going to end up using Omega's team for most of this, but we're going to use the Blues team here, not the Blues, the Gogeta team here for just to kind of see at least how Frieza does on this team. It does make it interesting because honestly, I feel that, I mean, even with this EZA, just currently movie bosses, movie heroes, really isn't in a good place still. It's just what they have is just not enough yet. It's just not enough. And so this is going to be an interesting turn, to say the least. Because, I mean, as you guys know, the Vegeta and, oh, wow, Goku super twice, okay. Yeah, so, right, Vegeta and Goku do quite a bit of damage. Vegeta can stun always in slot, and always attack in slot 1. And then Goku raises his attack and attacks twice in a turn. But look at that, double digits all the way through from each super. So that's pretty good here. So, unfortunately, that does mean no, you know, unfortunately, that does mean no major damage is probably coming out this turn because Gohan doesn't really have anybody he's linking good with here. Ooh, wow, that's a little scary. Okay, but let's see here. Okay, I mean, we're still doing a pretty decent amount. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, so Broly Trio here. We do have their 7 orbs, so we did bring them so we can actually have a turn here where we don't have to worry about where we don't have to worry about getting stunned. So, and then I think, I mean, if we could time this right, we'll take down Vegeta, and then we can actually use Frieza's target without worrying about getting stunned. But we'll see what happens here. Excellent. Alright, so, I mean, I'm not expecting them to do damage. Their job is solely dodge tank, and they, obviously, since we got the orbs, they're going to do it quite well. So now we just need kind of the gods to do, I mean, it's pretty much the gods that are going to deal the damage here. Nobody else is going to be doing much of anything here. Unfortunately, that is a shame, but is what it is. I mean, that's still not a bad turn 1 for the gods. So there we go. Okay, we're scratching at the Vegeta here, but I think next turn we should be able to take him down. Next turn we should be able to take him down. So let's see. There we go. Ooh, okay, here comes the super from the Blues. Second super might do a bit of damage here. Alright, 104, not bad. Okay, I was expecting that to be a little more. Okay, well, now we know we're pretty much safe here. Alright. I hate that Frieza needs to get hit in order to do any damage, right? It's pretty much like, hey, use your target skill or you're not doing anything. Okay. Oh, did I miscalculate? Oh, I totally thought he supered already. Okay. Ooh, we might be in trouble here. Oh, okay, 156k, not bad. I expected a little more, so actually that's pretty good. Okay. So, oh, here it goes, blue AGL Vegeta here. Okay, well, okay, this is nice because there is a okay. This is nice because there's an open slot in slot 3. We don't have to worry about him getting attacked or supered or anything. So we're not going to use the target with this one, actually. You know what? Let's just go Vegeta's active. And let's try to get down Vegeta. Excellent. Alright, so that active does a bit. And then we'll grab the full field with Gogeta. Now, he's obviously not going to be looking the hottest here because he's linked with Frieza. And we don't have any extra support here. Well, actually, he is getting supported from Vegeta, so... let's see. Can we deal some damage here? Nice. Alright, we get that guaranteed dodge, so nobody has to get stunned here by the blues. There we go. And then 51 million on the Gogeta. Very nice. Alright, now with all the attacks that he's about to do, this should actually finish him off. Excellent. Alright, another one for 36 mil. Alright, we almost solo Vegeta with just Gogeta alone. That's kind of crazy that it took us all the way to getting Gogeta out for that to happen, but is what it is. Alright, so he's down. Now we can focus on Blue Goku here. So... I kind of want to see Frieza get supered here by Blue Goku, though, for sure. It is his second appearance, after all, which means we've lost 10% of our damage reduction. So, actually, I mean, honestly, he's probably still pretty good. There we go. Well, here's our moment of truth. So, post-super, second turn here, Blue Goku. We take double digits. Very nice. Okay. Alright, and then we get the safe turn with Gogeta. Perfect. Excellent. Alright, another super with Vegeta. So yeah, Goku tends to be a little bit tanky, right, once Vegeta leaves the field. So we gotta kind of manage that and deal out some big numbers here. So we're gonna start... Okay, ooh, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna start with this number. So we're gonna keep Broly Trio in the front there because we have that guaranteed safe slot. So let's just do that. We're gonna transform the blues. Hopefully, they... yeah, okay, so they did change the right key spheres here. So we can actually grab 10 here with them, and that 4 rainbow orbs, and then, ooh, 10 with Gohan too. Perfect. So this is actually a pretty decent turn, right? Because now we know we're not going to get hit with the super, and likely the second super is on the god, so we're not going to get hit there either. Alright, so this is solid. Excellent. Yeah, I kind of wish they could be debuffable, but I guess because they double super attack, that's why they don't. But I kind of wish we could play around with the debuffs against Blue Goku and Vegeta. It's kind of crazy that they're not affected by it. Alright, very nice. Get the guaranteed dodges on them. Alright, and then 29 million on the gods here. Excellent. Alrighty. Okay, so still a little tanky. I don't think we're killing this turn, but I think we're in a pretty good spot here. I think we pretty much have this in the bag with where and what is going to be happening for the next turn or two. Okay, come on. I need some bigger damage out of you guys. Excellent. Okay, and then now the Gohan's turn to super, 24 million with 10 key spheres. Obviously, he doesn't have the greatest link partners here, but it's still doing work. Very nice. We get the 16 million crit. We get the additional super attack. Alrighty, so not a whole lot there. Oh, Gohan gonna eat this super. How much does he take here? Not bad, 300k, and that does put us below. Are we below the 50% threshold here? Oh, just barely not, which means Frieza's not getting the buff. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's do that then. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and use the target turn here. Ooh, we get a pretty decent amount with the other Gogeta here. We'll grab that with AGL Golden Frieza, and then you know what? Let's just pop the target. Let's try to get some damage out while maintaining some links with AGL Golden Frieza. There we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Alright, we're doing a pretty decent amount here. Again, I don't think... Well, depending on how much Frieza's target does, we... You know, no, even looking at that, I don't think we're going to kill here. Because he's not actually doing all that many attacks. Alrighty, boom. Alright, little extra damage here. Oh, here comes the super on the target turn, and you know, Goku is buffed up now. Remember, on turn 3 he gets that additional buff, so yeah. Okay, ooh, 40 million. I'll take that. 40 million there. Yeah, it's 160 I think he gets. So, yeesh. Alright, but actually, I mean, Frieza did some good damage there. Okay. Alrighty, and here comes Golden Frieza's target attack. Alright, no crit. That's unfortunate. We do get an additional super, though. Very nice. And then here comes the last super, of course. So how much do we take now after already raising attack there? Still double digit, love it. Okay, well, here is the finishing turn here. So, first things first, let's start with, I guess, AGL Gogeta is probably where should we start. Get that buff so we can use the Tech God's active skill, and it'll be buffed up by the Vegeta, yeah? Okay, so yeah, let's transform here. Alright, let's pop the active, get that additional buff. Is that gonna kill him? Oh, pretty close. Okay, well, if that doesn't do the trick, then the LR gods should. Let's press that. Beautiful. Alright, so stage 2 against the blue Goku and Vegeta. This one was definitely a little hard. Now, granted, we did use the Golden Frieza and Gogeta team, which, like I said, does need a lot of work. There's a lot of lack of slot one options there to help out the team. So it is a bit tough there. So, but it still ends up working out. Here, a little bit of RNG on our side, we are able to take the victory. So we're going to pause. We're going to come back in stage 3 against Omega Shenron. Alright, so we are loaded up here, and against the Omega Shenron, we are running Omega's team once again. Like I said, I feel like this is the much better, much safer, much more reliable team for both AGL and Tech Golden Frieza. So we're going to run them on this team and see how it works out. Now, we are against the Omega stage, where he does have a domain that we have to deal with, right? And the only way to get rid of it is our own domain, but our own domain is essentially his domain. It just, now it's helping us out too. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I think it'll work out. So, now, unfortunately, we do have to deal with silly things like locking here in this fight and AoEs, so unfortunately we do have to keep Omega Shinron in front there. He should be able to tank this first hit for the first turn. Oh, we dodged that. Okay. Yeah, but that first super attack is 800k. And we do know that Omega is basically guaranteed to... Ooh, nice. Alright. Is basically guaranteed to always super slot 1. We can take that to our advantage as we sort of build out the strategy here for this fight. Excellent. Alright, nice little double-digit tanking here from everyone. Okay, wow, that one hit did wonders for Frieza. That one AoE hit. Alright, nice. And we get a double super. Alrighty, okay, man, we are getting all the crazy locks here. Okay, but we do have Golden Frieza unlocked, so we can put him slot 1 and see how he takes the super. Again, this is a 2.4 million super, but it does stun, as we saw last turn, so we have to be careful of that. But, I mean, for this setup, we should be pretty good. Alright, here comes the super. 2.4 million coming our way. We take double digits on turn 1. Now we get 44 million out of Omega. Now he doesn't have any big bad bosses or anything like that activated here. He just kind of here along for the ride. Excellent. Okay. And Fat Boo now gets to get his attack in. He's not going to get us killed, right? The only way for him to get us killed is by sticking him in front of the slot 1 attack. So if we can do that, we can do that. But he's also locked here, so there's not much we can do about that. So we're probably not going to die and proc the revive, at least not this turn. Alright, here we go. Okay, not bad. Oh, and now Sen is locked in slot 1. But it is his first appearance, so if we... How do we... Yeah, okay, so we can't move anybody else. And I think, well, what is that? That's 5 is the best we can get. Okay, well, hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's enough. Alright, we'll grab those. And then... Oh, nice. A nice red set of keyshirts there. Alright, nice. Okay, so... Now we just need to get those big damage numbers out of the way here. Okay, 77 million. That's the kind of stuff we need right now. That's the kind of stuff we need right now. Excellent, and we get the additional super. And the nice thing is, this is all just one boss, so we can focus all of our attacks on a singular boss instead of 2, like stage 1 and 2s are. Excellent. Okay, Rose doing a bit of damage here. Would have been nice to get that additional super, but is what it is. Oh, nope, that's normal. Dang, got my hopes up. Okay, and there goes the domain here. We'll probably reactivate it. Just to keep up the damage on our side, even though it also buffs the friend Omega here. So let's bring back that. Alrighty. So, you know what? You know what? I want to test something. Alright, second appearance here. Let's just keep testing. Let's see how well he handles as he sort of deteriorates in his stats. So, let's see how well he handles the second appearance of Omega here. Ooh, okay. I mean, that's not bad for turn 2. That's not bad at all. Excellent. We still need those big damage. We still need those big damage numbers, though, right? 28 million. This isn't gonna cut it right now, right? Especially when we don't crit. Alrighty, excellent. Alright, taking all that damage. And 48 million. Now remember, he doesn't have any big bad bosses here, so that's probably the best he's gonna get. We get a nice little crit. We get an additional super. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then now, okay, we got Boo here, so we can just kind of toss Boo in front, let him die, and move back to the next rotation with the Frieza on it. Oh, this is perfect. So let's grab that, and then there we go. That with the Omega. Okay, 100k, not bad. Still, feels like it's impossible to kill. Okay, this should do the trick. The super should kill Boo here, and it does, which means we can revive. Turn. Alrighty, so now we have a pretty decent rotation here. No big bad bosses once again, but I still think we can do a bit of damage here. So let's test Rose. Let's see how much damage we do with Rose here. Alright, so this is a tough call, right? Because looks like the active didn't do as much damage as I want. Okay, I mean, I guess we could just use the target here. I don't know that I want to do that. Maybe. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Get some damage in here. Alright, so we will get stunned here, unfortunately, but I do think it is the best for overall total damage. Alright, another super out of Rose. Come on. I feel like we could potentially get pretty close to it here. Alright, there we go. We get the Golden Frieza, and again, this is, I think he's down to 70% now. Nice. Okay, Frieza actually got quite a bit of attack on this turn. Alright, here come more targets. Now, unfortunately, we aren't going to super because of the super attack we got that stunned us in the beginning. Alrighty, so, okay, looking at how the lock is playing out here, we're probably going to have to burn through Fat Boo first. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, we'll grab that, and then he'll actually get a little bit of healing for us. And then I guess we just let Omega and then Sen go? Yeah. In case we do, there we go. And then he gets the rainbow orbs too. Perfect. Oh, okay. Now this, yeah, this fight definitely took a lot. I think out of all 4 stages, this fight has actually taken the longest so far. Just because, you know, it's really hard to move quickly with a lot of teams because of the stunning and the locking on the Omega Shenron. So, honestly, even though it is taking a long time, we're still doing pretty good here. Alright, we get an additional super out of Sin. Wow, I can't believe he survived that. Okay, well... okay, we definitely can't put anybody else in front here other than Omega. Because I think Omega is the only one who can survive this. Alright, here come the AoEs. We get double digits on everyone here. And then now, oh wait, that's the wrong Omega, that's the friend. 200k, not bad. Alright, we get... There we go. And additional super. Yes, and there we go. So Rose finishes off the Omega Shenron, despite him being, what, stunned 2 turns? That's pretty good. Alright, so there you have it, folks. There is stage 3 of the special battle. Definitely a little bit harder, even with the Omega's team, which is the better team for Frieza. So, you know, take that for what it is. Unfortunately, you need some dodgers or some really high-level tanks to hold down that slot 1, while everybody else focused is down on the slot 2 and 3 attacks. So, you know, it can work, and the team, I think, under Omega has a lot better chance of doing that than Gogeta's own team with the Frieza on it. So, you know, we play around. So here we're gonna go ahead and pause and come back in the Gogeta 4 fight. Alrighty, so we are loaded up here. Final stage against the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Once again, running Omega's team. Slight variation here, just to keep up with the damage output that we need for this fight. Remember, this is one of those kill or be killed fights. We have to finish fast because the sooner he gets built up, the harder it's going to be. So I'm actually going to stick Golden Frieza tech in slot 1 here, where he can get built up. And I think we should put maybe... yeah, we put Golden Frieza in front, and then AGL in the middle, and then that way we can see how he tanks the super attack there. Now beyond this turn, I don't know how well he could tank. That'll be a little bit that'll be interesting. I don't think he could do very well beyond this turn, right? Because remember, Gogeta has a massive raise on his super attack effect, and he's getting, you know, 40% with each turn pass, so not ideal. Alright, the nice thing is we can kind of safely put LR, Golden Frieza, and Gogeta in a safe spot, knowing that they only have to take the normals here. Alrighty, excellent. Not bad on the super attacks here. Now, how do we tank this? What does this start at? A 2.7 mil. Okay. This is starting at a 2.7 mil super. We get another super. Great. Alright, and here comes that super attack on Gogeta. My goodness. Ugh. Not thinking straight now. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that was a bit of damage on. I mean, Gogeta did get a massive raise there. So, right, 100% super attack raise. Obviously, Rose being type disadvantage is going to take a little more. But now we got the domain up, which means we got a lot more stats and damage reduction on our side here. Alright, let's grab... Ooh, nice. 5 rainbow. Can never get that with the Gohan, though, for the hybrids team. But we did get it here, I guess. Alright, let's grab that. Alright, 70 million. Look at that on turn 2. Okay, decent amount here. And then, of course, we got Texan here with his 100% damage reduction turn. So we can deal some good damage here. A little bit of support. And then, of course, right, we're going to tank this super that he's about to throw at us that is now 40% stronger than last turn. So let's see here. The big key here is going to be getting out that damage, though. Nice. Okay, alright, decent. Okay, and then now we're going to tank that super. Nice, excellent. Okay, and now for the fun turn, because now what we can actually do, it is turn 3, and we got a decent setup. We got some support here, and we have the domain up. Kind of wish Rose was still on this, the STR Rose was still on this rotation, but that's okay. So let's put AGL Rose in slot 1. Yeah, and let's grab that. Perfect. Okay, wonderful turn. We're going to get quite a bit of damage here out on Golden Frieza due to the target skill and there being a lot of attacks. One of the better fights for Golden Frieza, but again, on Omega's team here, he is only on the 170. He still works pretty decently. Even AGL Golden Frieza, for that matter, right? Like I said, I mean, his main function is tanking turn. Ooh, look at that, 16 million, okay. Really good turn for us. Really good turn. Oh, look at that. He's actually going to be putting in some damage here. And we got an additional second super here. Oh, actually, no. This is the first one. This is on. Yeah, okay. Now, curious how this turn... What is this? Turn 4? Turn 3? Turn 3. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. We get 160 million, and we break the damage barrier. Yeah, so curious... Without Golden Frieza raising his defense, can we tank here the second super? I think we can. I'm pretty sure we can. Or at the very least, live it. I don't think we're going to die here. Oh, nice. Double digits. Okay. Alright, now we can use Rose's skill and actually do a decent amount of damage. So let's swap in as a Moss here, and let's pop it. There it is. Perfect. And he's down. Alrighty, we get that sweet KO screen too. Alrighty, folks. So there you have it. There is AGL Golden Frieza versus all the special battles. Again, I do feel that this is probably one of his better stages, just because, right, they are short events. It allows him to be sort of at his max potential for the majority of the fight, which is his 90 and 80% and 70% damage reduction turns. And even then, right, that second turn of his his second appearance tends to be pretty good due to due to him already have gotten built up at that point. You saw there we did manage to throw out 60 million with him on the domain and with everything up. So honestly, really impressed. Everything I've seen with AGL Golden Frieza so far makes me love him even more. He is a solid easy A. I think they understood the assignment when it comes to him. He does exactly what he needs to do, upgraded for modern content, and I do like it. Longer events, bit rougher for him, but special battle, hybrid Saiyans, that's where he thrives, and he does it well. So guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know what do you guys think of Golden Frieza ZZ? I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on him. People saying, well, he's mid, he sucks, blah, blah. But on the opposite end, I've also seen people saying he's amazing. And it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition there. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.